you have?
I have a personal story, yes. I have hairy cell leukemia that's been in remission since 2007. And I was diagnosed in 2006. And at that time, my daughter was still in high school. My son had just graduated, and my oldest son was in college. My husband and I were living our lives, raising our kids. And you kind of have a huge bump in the road. You know, being diagnosed is, it's unlike anything you've ever experienced in the world. And you just do your best to get through it and move on. And fortunately, I was diagnosed with a extremely treatable form of leukemia. I did have chemo twice in 06 and 07. But the effects on your life are really different. Everybody's story is different. Their situations. I was extremely blessed with a wonderful husband, supportive children and family. But nonetheless, the personal struggle to accept what it means, the uncertainty of your future, weighs heavy on you for a long time. I'm happy to say you work through it, you get through it with family, friends, supportive coworkers. I was working as a nurse, and I still am, and you do figure it out. But you find the things that work for you in your life, and I guess I don't really think about the past any longer because I live for today and tomorrow. And I do my very best every day. That's all I can do. You can't change the past. You can't change your diagnosis. You do have to find your way of accepting through surgery, through the loneliness of having chemo and being hospitalized, of being a member of a group you didn't want to join. So you certainly choose how you do that, but knowing that there are a lot of supportive ways to help people with these, diagnoses and different types of treatment and chemotherapy, it is very empowering. And being a member of CrossFit and having joined, it became a way for me to let go of some of those things of just not feeling healthy and wanting to be better, wanting to be stronger, wanting to be able to lift something. It helped me to just feel better about myself and feel strong. And when you feel strong, you certainly feel healthy, and CrossFit became that way for me on my son's urging to join, and I said no at first. He said, "Mom, you got to try it." I'm like, okay, all right. It was the hardest thing I'd ever done in my life, besides having cancer, and but it was a good hard, and it made me stubborn, and I wasn't going to just give up. I'd never lifted weights. I'd never joined a formal gym before, so I was a total newbie. But I found my way because everybody's way is different. CrossFit is what you make it, and I made it my addiction, as my husband calls it, and he does get it. So when I heard that we were supporting the Leukemia Lymphoma Society, I thought about it. Was I going to put myself out there and tell my story? And I decided it was time to do that.
Yeah, so, you kind of went through everything I wanted to ask already.
I did.
You were listening.
I was.
I mean, what is it like then to, you talked about, I talked about with Joe and kind of with the charities a little bit, wanting to stay healthy and everything, but now you're talking about, you beat it, and after you beat it, you're just like, all right, I need to kick the health into a higher gear. So what's that like to now want to be healthy to make sure that this thing doesn't take you down again?
Yeah. So hairy cell leukemia is actually a chronic lymphocytic leukemia. Chronic meaning that these little guys just kind of hang around and decide when they're going to reappear again, and maybe they won't ever reappear. So every year when I go in for my oncology checkup, he's like, keep doing what you're doing. He knows I'm doing CrossFit. He just shakes his head and things look great. And you can't explain, but I do feel that the diet and the exercise has contributed to my overall length of remission. You make choices about what you eat. You can choose to eat good things or bad things. Sometimes when you're trying to be healthy all around, you make better choices. And I think CrossFit just helped me to make better choices. And to, you just get a level of really physicality that I don't think you can get with just walking or just doing things on your own. And so,
How awesome is that to hear from your doctor, and even you as somebody in the medical field, the doctor's just saying, keep doing what you're doing because it's working.
Yeah, well, it just, it empowers me just to keep going. I mean, I may be one of the oldest ones in the gym on any given day, but it doesn't matter to me so much. I modify every workout to my ability. I never feel pressured to do more than I can possibly do, although pushing yourself is a good thing sometimes. But I think you have to figure those things out and know that your coaches are there to support you in your journey. And it's okay. You can share that with them, and they're going to consider that and encourage you in other ways. So, I definitely have felt supported, although I haven't shared this with a lot of people, because, like I said, I look forward and not back, and so. My son is going to do the competition with me, my son who encouraged me to do CrossFit, so I'm looking forward to that. And we're doing, actually, the name of our team is #for Gertie, and Gertie is the nickname of our unborn grandchild. So we're going to do it for her.
And how important is it, how impactful is it for you that you're doing this competition to help the lives of people? You said nobody wanted to be part of this club, but
right.
You're all there, so you guys are gonna help raise money and be on that floor to help people who are in the same situation. I feel like it's gonna impact you a little bit differently than everybody else on the floor who, might not
Yeah.
have been touched by this disease.
Yeah, it'll be a good thing. You know, if it can help improve treatments, less invasive treatments, for me that's a win-win. If if you don't have to have a bone marrow exam, if they can look under the microscope and see what they need to see, if there's advances there, I mean, those are all important steps, and just decreasing the devastation of what, just the diagnosis itself, but then the treatments, and there's the physical pain. I feel like that's a step in the right direction for anybody else in the future. And, that would be how I hope some of that money is used, and I'm sure that it will be in some way, or better drugs. There's always advances in that department too, so.
What does it mean to be part of this community that's willing to give back so much?
Yeah, it's a great thing. And I've just encountered so many people since I've come here. And I just feel so very blessed that my son encouraged me to come. I would never have come. I would never have joined. It was never on my radar. So I just appreciate it, being able to come in here and just have, I call it my hour of power. I have an hour of power 4 nights a week, and if I don't come, I feel like, what? I need to go. So it's been a good journey for me.
And to the people who are going to be on the floor helping raise this money, what do you say to them? Because I think sometimes people tend to sometimes give and not always really see some of the benefits of what they're giving to, but here we're putting faces to what you're giving to. So what do you say to those people who are giving? And
well, I say thank you for your contribution. Yes, you may go nameless, but your dollars are going to be well spent, and it's going to impact lives. And I think that's the main thing, is that we're moving forward and we're donating money for an extremely good cause. And CrossFit Des Moines definitely is a part of that. And thank you for coming out and just giving your time. Sometimes time is the best thing you can give, along with money. If you know somebody who has cancer, just give them a call. Loneliness is one of the worst things to ever experience in your cancer journey, and it does happen. But thank you for coming.
You and your son are going to win this?
Hey, if we can win the scaled division, I would be really, really, really happy. And I know when I texted him, he said, I want you to do this competition CrossFit Des Moines is putting on for Leukemia Lymphoma Society. And he said, who am I doing it with? And I said, your mama, silly. And he's like, oh, are we doing RX or scaled? I'm like, we're doing scaled, Nick.
So you guys are winning.
We're in it to win it. Hashtag for Gertie, so yeah, hopefully. Hopefully we just do well.
Perfect. Anything else you want to add I didn't touch on?
I just want to say thank you to Ty and the staff of CrossFit Des Moines. Your generosity and support of your community and your dedication to what this gym is just, I can't explain it, but I think that they're a wonderful group of people. They're very knowledgeable, and I would encourage anyone to come in and check it out and see what it's all about.